for today I'll be the pilot, and by my right my co-pilot is
David.
and by my left.
Olusoji Gideon.
Okay, that's very nice. So today we shall be talking about a very exciting topic, or let's say, what can we call it?
A discussion.
Discussion. So yeah, we are going to be talking about a very wonderful discussion called drug abuse. So sit back, fasten your seatbelt, and don't touch the dial as we discuss and take you on this wonderful trip.
Go nowhere. Discussion. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So drug abuse can be defined as the excessive intake or addiction of drugs. So Gideon, what do you understand by drug abuse?
Yeah, firstly, before I go into that drug abuse, I would like to take it bit by bit. What is drug in the first place? Drug is a substance which is used to cure and which is used to heal sickness or diseases. It's used to prevent also. And Irene, do you have any other definition?
Yeah, drug is used to enhance the immune system and physical activities in some instances.
That's true.
Yeah. Then abuse is the excessive use of something. It's the excessive use of something. It can be drug. It can be cigarettes. It can be anything. It's just
use of something.
Yeah. It's just the excessive use of something. Yeah. And then when we put it together, drug abuse is the excessive use of drug, and drug is the excessive use of drug. So
to me, drug abuse is the misuse of drug. It can either be underuse or overdose, or using it for what it's not supposed to be. You see some people using drug because they involved in sport activities.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of times this happens.
Sometimes, for example, like what you said now, using it for what is not supposed to be. For example, like my neighbor, she was sick, malaria. Instead of her to go to the doctor, someone just told her, go and use paracetamol, use this, use that, use this. You see, it's like abuse of drug. It's not, they are not using the drug that is meant for that sickness. That's like just
no, but actually, if they prescribe malaria drug, they will give you what I recommend now. They will give you paracetamol that you should use. Because part of the element of malaria is
sometimes it's best.
Some symptoms of malaria actually looks like typhoid at times. So it would have been best if they had come to the hospital. That physical activity, one of Nigerian athletes was banned from the Olympics because of, or it's only Olympics or one sport activity because they said she involved in drugs. And also, a lot of people saw during the football, Paul Pogba was also banned from football for 6 months because they believed that he had been using drugs for enhancement of his physical abilities.
In fact, even if we take it away from the local, they are using it for sporting activities. Let's talk about those people that do sports of arcade. For instance, wrestling. Wrestling. Most of them to enhance the what I call it. So because I want to beat you now, I have to take drugs.
Yes, a lot of athletes do that, like in the boxing industry and in wrestling. One time, what's his name? Was it Tyson Fury or Mayweather? One of them was told not to come for an event because they said he was involved in drugs. It does happen like that.
How about you?
Like I agree with him. What he says is actually right. Yes, and sometimes some of them use drugs just to overcome fear. To overcome fear. Yeah.
Just to feel like when they use the drugs, like they have one extra power.
And sometimes to face stage, like sometimes there's this drug they call money. Like money. They take the drug. It makes them feel happy, especially when they want to go to a crowd. It makes them feel happy.
Maybe that's what they used to call laughing gas.
I don't know. It can have another name, but that's just money.
A lot of musicians do use it to like overcome fear and to have enough energy when they're on stage performing for their fans.
So you've heard from my two co-pilots here. So me, I want to say my can I talk with?
So play.
Okay. So they've talked about the causes. Me, I want to talk about the effects of drug abuse. But me, I'll talk first before
right before you go into the cause, the effects.
Using my time.
Right before we go into the effects, there's one that is on my mind. Pressure. Sometimes pressure. Peer pressure brings the use of drug abuse. Peer pressure. Sometimes when you're being pressurized, sometimes boss when they pressurize their workers, the workers who have no other choice. For example, in wrestling, you want to face this man, and your coach is telling you, if you don't win this match, you're going to lose your career. You know, some of those people have no other choice than to go into drug abuse. For example, this Adesanya Israel of the type. Like, let's say there's a guy that wants to go and face him, and he knows that this Adesanya Israel is going to beat me, he's going to do this, and in the course of him doing that, his friend can just come. I know what you can do. Please, just if you use this drug, it's sure it's sure you beat that Adesanya, something like that. Peer pressure, and sometimes a lot of things. If I begin to mention, it can take a lot of time. So
Yes, better. You better don't take my time. Any contribution, any question, any addition. Yes, actually, no. So me, I want to talk about the effects right now. So number one effect that I can think drug abuse should cause is maybe mental disorder. You know, when you take too much of drugs, you think, and there are actually some drugs that cause what I call genetic mutation. So do you know there are some drugs that can just change the person's genetics? Maybe now you took a drug, maybe the side effect of the drug is maybe the head start turning to grey, like as if the person died.
What that is noticeable with cancer. Once you take drugs and you have cancer, it's possible that your generations keep you born when you have cancer,
exactly.
they begin to have cancer.
And you know, that mental disorder stuff actually in the world today, it has been estimated that most of those mad people outside, 60% of them, it was outside, actually caused by drug abuse.
I think I still even met one yesterday that one of the people that were going on together was running away from. The person not touch him at all. Just run, come up for the place.
Sometimes you still see these madmen or mentally disturbed people on the roads in our country. They still go and purchase cigarettes.
Yes, exactly.
And the people will still sell it for them. Sometimes you see them with alcohol,
sometimes cigarettes.
Which is always in the case. Some of these people can actually can heal over time. But due to this ignorance of people, they want to sell. These people come, maybe they beg for money and still come and purchase this.
In fact, that's not even the fascinating part of it. The fascinating part that used to annoy me most is you see in that place going on the road, you want to buy something and at the end of the day you still give the person.
I know, like it's really.
Apart from that one, the thing that annoys me most is you still collect money. Like who does that?
They don't understand. They're ignorant. They want to sell. They want to make their money. They don't care if you are using it for you. Even the government too, they should try and look for methods to abolish the importation of some of these drugs. Some of these drugs are not needed.
Some of them are even illegal.
So they should look for the agencies. The agencies just go around. Sometimes they seize these drugs and still sell it back again.
And you know, those agencies, those agencies, we have those agencies in Nigeria, but you know, something about this corruption of the thing. When they catch those people in those acts, there is not always enough treatment. They don't deal with them.
Apart from that, proper banishment of drugs. Sometimes, like this, I don't know if you guys know about this drug, Pialazine. Do you know about it?
I've heard of it.
Pialazine. It's very, very, very bitter like this. It's always inside a tablet. There was a time that my mom was sick and she needed drug, but there was no what I call it. The drug that they prescribed for her, it was not available. So I went to Akrit, that place. I think I wanted to buy Pialazine. They said there's no Pialazine. So I won't mention the name of where I got it. But when I got there, if you see where they picked that thing from, it was hidden somewhere inside, inside this what are you calling it? Cartons that you think it's one useless carton like that. They just put it, they just dump it with everything.
They actually know what they're doing is wrong, and they don't want to stop because a lot of these people, drug abuse.
Apart from that, although the drug works effectively, but it has side effects.
Yeah, it has really bad.
And sometimes some use those drugs to read. For example,
they use a lot of these drugs.
And
Tramadol, for example. And it has caused a lot of problems. Like some students in some universities they've run mad because of exams. They will take Tramadol and still use coffees with it, caffeine, and this is really bad for the health. And it's really
there are sometimes you can't do without caffeine. Do you know?
Because
even in our Coke,
that's also talking about drug abuse, excessive use of these stuffs. Excessive use of it. That's when it's bad. You using that Pialazine is an effective drug. You can use it to work, but you use it this morning. something you're supposed to use once a day, use the morning, night, morning, night, day, because you want to have excess energy or you want to use it to sleep or
And
something.
you know, sometimes it's ignorance can cause it. Yeah, like all these illiterates. Like, funny enough, when I was in primary school, like there was a particular man that he was an illiterate. So they gave him a drug. So they wrote 1 hyphen 1 hyphen. So they gave him. So when they gave him, instead of him using 2 in the morning, 2, so he just used 11.
Because it's so 1.
He was just complaining. If the person that told him to go to hospital, he complained that gbogbo gbara shalanra ogun. He said it in Yoruba language at that time. That is every time he's always buying drug because the drug is not enough. That is 11. That's why how many are you using? He said 11. The person meji lele now so there's ignorance.
But you know sometimes doctors and that things we used to cause it.
Yeah,
Most of those are doctors like you see some people like this, they will write.
It's just their signing signature.
Exactly. You see one, you think, no, is this what I call it? I think they want to do.
Yeah.
So apart from that, what else can we say is another effect? You know, it can also cause health issues.
Yeah,
Health issues.
Like I said, cancer disturbs the lung, and after some time, those people that used to smoke, some of them have issues breathing, asthma, and cause asthma.
In fact, if they don't ban this thing we call it
sometimes it's called dental issue.
In fact,
dental
you know what annoys me most about all these what are they calling it? All these drugs. On cigarettes, they wrote it there. Smokers are liable to die. They are liable to die young. Yet,
but they don't see
sell it.
In overseas, you know these cigarettes pipes that they smoke, tobacco, it's not used for energy or stuff. They use it to
keep themselves warm.
Warm themselves. But in Nigeria, you don't smoke it. My grandpa was a chain smoker. Before one cigarette died, he used it to light another one. Like that. So stuff like that. That was what quickened his death. Because after he died again, he began to smoke the more because he was always at home. So that was killed him early. So
sometimes depression is a cause of that. You know, when he doesn't see those to play around with him and stuff.
And to make himself happy or to forget about that sadness.
In fact, it's good that we in our generation with peer pressure. In fact, I used to think of it because of my friend is taking alcohol and he's taking cigarette and he's doing this and he's doing. Doesn't mean when he's going to end up following.
Some people don't understand. The parents have lack in a lot of ways. You see some parents
sometimes it's not the fault of the parents.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. In our generation today, parents are not as strict as before.
No, forget being strict. They don't. This life, you didn't come to life with a man. You came to life with your parents to teach you what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
So these parents, if they are not available to teach you what to do, you be able to know what's right. So that's really most of the cause of this drug abuse. The child that his parents maybe selling pepper, and when he comes back from school, she doesn't care what he does. She just sit in her shop. You can tell him to go and fetch water. When he fetch water finish, you don't sit down in the street to be idle. And some brother do go. Call him, wow, come and take. My brother is learning how to play, but his coach said that when he started learning how to smoke, like was that one brother come, he gave him 10, I don't want. So this people they said that it was all blue. Man, I said that she money can come and fucking me. I told you to come and smoke this stuff. Oh, if you buy, you will be hungry again. So he gave him. Yeah, I put in his mind there. Smoke. He said stomach was filled immediately. And I saw the crowd. The crowd was closing up. It's like he said that after he went to sleep, said the second is he realized that thing didn't really do his body the way he wanted to. Like he didn't really enjoy it. Like he explained because he got really big because he wasted a lot of energy. And the lot of energy he was playing. He said he slept a lot that night. So the first day, so he's not thinking of that. It's not like that. If you can't smoke it and you can't jump in front of the vehicle.
So even jump down from bridge.
Or it's just upstairs one day and jumps down. Said no shame. Said that voice was becoming thick. He said when he was smoking that, he thought he was talking small, but he was shouting, Ebo, you know. So these drugs, like, you need to watch over this kids.
You just see him driving on the road. You just see him. He just not fast and furious. He just climb through the beach. So what are the ways we can even stop all these What are the ways of that?
I mentioned legislation. I mentioned
Yeah,
so
government
legislative-
policies.
Government policies is a main.
It's mainly from parents also. Parents should instill that in their children that drug.
I was about to talk about morals.
Drugs, no, and what else? What else do you think?
Discipline.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Yeah, there's no how you go out.
That should be enlightenment of inferiority complex. You should learn that if it's
Be
bad, it's
yourself.
bad. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Don't try to copy
Don't
them.
try to copy.
If you can't beat them, join them. That sort of stuff. No,
Yeah.
don't join them. If it's bad, if you know it's going to spoil your life or destroy your life, you have a future. So you shouldn't involve in stuff like that. So yeah.
And another thing is reduction. Like governments try to reduce the production of those drugs.
You know
when
when
those
we're having. You know the problem we're having. These drugs. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's good the way they are not reducing. But even our government, most of them are into drugs. You get.
Yeah, that's some
So what
allegations.
you know now, it's just like me. I should be selling what I call it. I should be selling something now. You should, and the thing should be bringing in good money, as in real money. When I say money, and you should not say, "Yeah, Victor, stop what you are doing." It's not.
It's going to be really hard, but for the betterment of everyone. Just imagine the people that are
But
selling
no,
drugs, they
actually,
begin to die.
they can't stop it like that. They can try to be reducing it.
So
Yeah.
like, and these drugs agencies, they should be like strict and do their work. A lot of these drug institutes are working against this drug abuse. Some of them that are drug abusers, I'll tell them that we say that when they are arrested, that some of these NDLEA officials used to say and sell drugs for them, and it's not right. It's not right at all. It's really bad. It's destroying the name of the organization and the country.
No problem. So let me just how should I say? Let us go back in time. Okay. So this is the thing. How should we relate internet fraud and drug abuse?
Internet fraud and drug abuse. Most of these people, when they begin to smoke or get addicted to these drugs and don't have enough money to get these products, they look for means and they can involve in the fraud.
Exactly the same thing. So anyway.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. This is
Alright, so we have come to the end of the discussion, we've come to the end of the show.
The wonderful flight.
I hope it was very, very wonderful, and I hope it was exciting. I hope you enjoyed it.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, so
I hope a lot of people are enlightened by this.
Yeah.
so we are going to see you when we see. So bye bye.
Bye.
So, say your name.
Well, okay, before I go, my name is Victor Atoda, and with me is Olusoji Gideon and Iriemi David. So we are going, and we are going to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.